Nigeria didn't happen to me because people spoke up for me, didn't see me as a Yoruba or Christian, says CFO Farotimi in an emotional video. And now to the news info. Farotimi, a human rights lawyer, has spoken out after being released from prison custody where he was held for 21 days. In a household video titled The Road to Freedom, released on Sunday, Farotimi expressed his gratitude to Nigerians who rallied around him, saying their collective voice was the reason he didn't become just another victim of the system. I saw the video and it was really crying and saying that people were the reason that Nigeria did not happen to him. For somebody like Farotimi to be crying that much, only God knows what he has seen in prison, because really, truly, if you offend these people in power and you don't have anybody to speak up for you, that is how he will be gone and forgotten there in prison. He was weeping like, you people were the ones that did not allow Nigeria to happen to me, because really, Nigeria never happened to us. If somebody like Farotimi can go through that, only God knows what they did to him in prison. Only God knows the kind of thing that he saw in prison. Yes. If not because people were talking and were shouting on his behalf that release him and all of that, only God knows what they would have done to him. Because for them to even come and kidnap him in his house in Lagos, down to Ekiti State, denied him of bail, telling him that he should not speak to interviewers, he should not talk to the media, they seized his passport, he cannot travel, he cannot do anything. Do you know the kind of things they must have done to him in prison? The kind of threats they have. Now only know what he has seen in prison, that he was crying that much, a grown-up man crying that much on social media, that we did not allow Nigeria to happen to him. It is really true, because Nigeria has happened to a lot of people. So many cases of people in prison that did not do anything, they did not offend anybody, but they are there in prison. People that only spoke their mind, that want good governance, say your mind, protest, they are still in prison right now. Nigeria is happening to them. That girl, she's still in prison. I don't think they've released her. She spent her Christmas there and obviously would spend her New Year there just because she insulted Tinubu's son. She insulted the IGP. She's still in prison. Like say the insult tied to their body. Farotimi's arrest was a result of alleged defamation charges brought against him by prominent lawyer Afe Babalola's son, following the release of his book, Nigeria and its Criminal Justice System. He was granted bail after meeting the 30 million naira bail condition set by a chief magistrate court in Ado-Ekiti in Ekiti State. In his message, Farotimi emphasized that his experience is not unique, noting that many Nigerians continue to face similar struggles. Yes, a whole lot of Nigerians has faced this kind of thing. He stressed the importance of unity and collective actions in bringing about change. Farotimi also touched on the divisive nature of Nigerian society, where people are often pitted against one another along ethnic and religious lines. He said none of that mattered as Nigerians united to fight for him. Yes, they really united. Despite the fact that he's a Christian, some Muslims stood up to fight for him. Despite the fact that he was a Yoruba person, some Igbos, Hausa people stood up to say, no, we are going to fight for this person. He said, we stopped being human because we became Nigerians. They divided us and we fell for it. Because you wouldn't see me as a Yoruba man, you spoke for me. Because you wouldn't see me as a Christian, you spoke up for me. Because you spoke, Nigeria couldn't happen to me. The only reason why Nigeria couldn't happen to me is because you spoke. That is why Nigeria couldn't happen to me. You found your voices. I became you, and in our collective, you couldn't be silenced. So it wasn't me that became the porcupine, it was you, the Nigerian citizen. You have become the porcupine. That is the way we have gone to, he said. CFO Farotimi continued first questions. I want you to ask yourself is how many of the people feeling the pain of Nigerian state in detention or in prison deserve to be where they are. There are multiple people that I met in prison. Because we have so many high profile cases, or because internet has brought it home to all of us. Let's talk about Naomi, the former queen, Oriyomi Hamzat, and principal of Islamic High School Ibadan, Abdullahi Fasasi. Exactly what is it that they have done that has earned them to the need to be in prison? Exactly, I don't know. There's somebody in high up that probably these people have offended and have refused to let them go. because this thing happened in Abuja, it happened in Anambra State, they did not arrest anybody. So why exactly are you arresting these same people for the same thing that happened? And yet you refuse to let them go. You know that exactly something is going on. Nigeria is about to happen to them. They've obviously offended somebody. We should ask that question, but not because of them, but because of many other persons without names that you and I have no knowledge of, who are languishing in prison. A whole lot. Have you thought about that? That if they do not do that to those ones, what have they done to those ones? Nobody knows. They did it to me. You made it to you, and because you made it you, they couldn't do it to me because our collective acting together as one turns the tide. The tide turned because we acted as one. Sambolaba spoke for me. Obedience spoke for me. My brother in the Revolution Now movement, Omoyele Sowore, all of them spoke for me. Traditional rulers, you all spoke, and because you all spoke, I couldn't be treated the way each and every one of the other persons who do not deserve to be in prison were treated. The system resisted. I spent 21 days in captivity. Those who are inclined to things of spiritual knowledge understand the significance of 21 days. It pleases God that I should be kept in captivity for 21 days, a full cycle of a woman, a full cycle of Mother Nature. 21 days I was kept. He however thanked Nigerians for finding their voices and demanding that the rule of law and due process must be followed in the defamation case brought against him. Through tears, Farotimi expressed heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Peter Obi, a former presidential candidate of the Labour Party, human rights activist and #Revolution Now movement, convener Comrade Omoyele Sowore, and his electoral team led by Adeyinka Olumide Fosika, San, and Taiwo Adedeji Esquire. Also, he thanked Professor Festus Emery's son, saying despite losing his wife and mother within the period, still found the courage to show up in court and argue his bail application before the Federal High Court in Ado-Ekiti, even though he was notified barely 24 hours earlier. The show of support across the entire strata of our society is humbling. Do I need to talk about the Gigabytes in Ekiti, the Revolution Now coordinator in Ekiti and his team? All kinds of human beings that I can't even mention. That I can't even remember to mention their name as I speak with you. The Ado-Ekiti prison practically became a tourist center, big, small, people showed up, and I was being told constantly of the loud demand that you were making for my release. I appreciate you all, and I must say in all humility that you are the ones who came out of the prison. You found your voices, you demanded that the right thing be done. His message serves as a call to action, urging Nigerians to continue to speak out against injustice and work together towards a more united and equitable society. I really thank God for him that yes, Nigeria did not happen to him, because Nigeria has happened to a whole lot of people that are still there languishing in prison for doing nothing. I hope that they get released very soon. My listeners, over to you. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.